What's up, guys? What's up? Give me 2 seconds. We get set up here. Hopefully everyone can see okay. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's hanging in there. Let me join in with you guys so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I gotta watch my own commercial just to get on this thing. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I can see that we're on here. We're good. Let me just move this a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. I think we want to be somewhere over here. Should be good. Should be good. Alright, can everyone hear me and see me okay and all that stuff? The Holy Dingus says, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Brian, where did you get the depot lights for the Dakota with the white side marker, not the amber one? Because the Amazon link shows amber, not white. Thanks, those videos, keep it up. Those ones I don't know. I got them online, but I think I kind of got the last ones because there was a link for them, and then it kind of disappeared. So I'll try to do some digging and see if I can find you guys the link again. They were kind of on like closeout sale when I bought them, and I wanted them because they specifically had that clear corner instead of the amber. I like the amber look too, but I just really wanted the clear ones, and I think I may have bought the last. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I bought the last ones, but I know that they weren't as easy to find as they are the amber ones. So I'll see if I can find the link for you guys though. Rob Roy, we made it. What's up, man? What's up, Rob? How you guys doing? 6 months later watching these. I know, right? Well, I'm glad you finally made it, man. I'm battling too with what time to do these at. So, hold on. We got a noisy car. But I'm like constantly trying to figure out like what time to do them at, whether it's East Coast or West Coast, and which one to do it. So I don't mind doing it a bit earlier. So there's obviously a 3-hour difference between East Coast and West Coast. So I don't mind doing it earlier so that the East Coast guys is not super late for them, but a lot of the West Coast guys still want to have it around like the same sort of time. So we'll try it tonight, Friday at 7 p.m. so 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we can always switch it up, move things around. I'm flexible in that way, so I'm good with that. Darren says, let's all keep 6 feet distance now. I already had my nap, so I should be good for a bit now. All right, yeah, I went to the post office today. I don't know if you guys saw my posts on social, but yeah, when I went to the post office, it was so weird. They had like drop sheet and everything to separate like the employees and stuff, and they have this thing where you have to like stand 2 feet back after you put your package there and do this whole weird thing. So yeah, it was kind of weird. I actually went. If you guys don't know, I know some people are newer to the channel. So if you join Team Boosted Motorsports, like if you hit the join button down below in any of my videos, I actually have specific stickers for you guys. So Team BMS, Boosted Motorsports. So I have these in whatever color you guys want. And then depending on what like level you go, there's two levels. So there's one for $4.99, we'll call it $5. And then there's the one for $9.99, so pretty much $10. And I'll give you guys, whatever stickers you want. As far as you'll get one of these if you just become a member. So hit me up if you haven't got that yet. And you'll also get the standard Boosted Motorsports stickers. So I'll throw a few of those in. But if you get the $10 a month package, I'll give you guys the windshield banner too, and I'll ship all that. So just for signing up, I'll ship you. I'm pretty much, you know, not making anything. It's probably honestly costing me money to do it. So, yeah, it's. I mean, by the time I make all this stuff and pay for shipping and stuff, it's really not anything left on the table. But I'm just doing it for you guys and to show you guys, you know, some of my appreciation for signing up. But yeah, YouTube takes a nice chunk of it from the join button. They take like 30%. So I was considering maybe doing Patreon, but let me know if you guys are familiar with the Patreon thing or not, or if we should try to move everybody over to Patreon instead of the join button, because they take a 30% hit on whatever, you know, money comes in from the join button, which I didn't know that. They don't tell you really, but once you see it come through, so, you know, $5 turns into like almost $3 or something, right? So, or $10 turns into $7 a month. So I don't know if you guys are more familiar with Patreon. I don't know if you guys have any other people that you support on YouTube that have Patreon instead. Let me know. Maybe I can fire that up and go that way instead of the join button. But either way, yeah, I'll send you guys the stickers. Or if you guys aren't members and you just want a sticker, these are $5 shipped. So either you can sign up for the membership, or, you know, $5 shipped. I'll send you guys a Boosted Motorsports sticker. And I have a bunch of different colors too, so whatever you guys want. What else we got? Brian, thanks man, appreciate it. Yeah, I'll try to find the link, but for now I'm not entirely sure where you can buy the ones with the clear corners. Carlos, Friday, cheers, what's up man? I don't have an alcoholic drink, but I feel like I almost should. Feel like it's that time. It's so hot out here, you guys. It's today was 94. That's why I'm like roasting here. I wanted to get a bunch of stuff done in the garage today, but I kind of hid inside, and I've pumped out a bunch of videos. So I put out 3 videos. I put out a video on this channel. They were kind of small, but I needed to get them out because they're just helpful videos. So I put out the rear shock replacement video for the Dakota. If you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. We finally removed the old shocks on the Dakota, put in the Beltec Street Performance, rear shocks. We've installed those. And then on Boosted Motorsports 2, we ended up doing another video where I showed you about programming these key fobs that Stephen Hall supplied us with. But me and John didn't manage to get them programmed, but I just want to show you our attempt at it. So John has a 2001 Jeep. He got a Dorman remote programmer kit. It comes with the fob, and it comes with a little thing that you shove on your OBD2 port to allow it to go into programming mode. So we tried every possible combination to get that, you know, these keys, these fobs, to program to my 99, and it would not go. So we tried all these different sequence of buttons. It was like we were playing some sort of video game trying to get it to sync. It wouldn't go. So yeah, that's the other video. And then the third video I just posted right before I jumped on this live was on the garage, and I was reviewing just some vlog equipment. So this is, I guess I can show you guys this. So this is usually what I vlog with. So nothing too fancy. It's a GoPro, a mic, and one of these things. The reason why I have this is because you can, like if I'm working on something, I can sit there and just wrap it around it. And if I'm in a fender well or wheel well and I'm recording, it can like, there's like a control arm, right? I can wrap it around and it'll hang upside down and the GoPro will adjust. So I had one of those massive cameras before, a super expensive one, and I went back to a GoPro, and this is what you guys are watching me on most of the time, is this thing. So yeah, I did a video reviewing this. I've had this thing for 2 years and it's lasted pretty good, but now the friggin' arms are starting to like come apart, like it dislocates. So that was the other video I made, if you guys want to check out any of those videos. But if you guys can support me over on the garage, that other channel, I would need to get that one to 1,000 subscribers. It's got like 300 and something. Once I get it to 1,000, I can actually monetize it, and you know, that'd be helpful. But yeah, I'll link the garage on this, or if you haven't checked it out, I'll link it here soon. What else we got? Rob Roy, I got my sticker on my Harbor Freight toolbox. Speaking of toolboxes, I need a toolbox, and since this is live, I can update you guys real time. So what we're gonna do is in the next few days, I'm still waiting for this stupid bushing from Energy Suspension. So this one, so that I can put the control arm on. I don't think you guys can see my bench, but the control arm's here. I finished all the bushings on the Dakota. So Dakota has all new shocks. It's, you know, got the lowering kit on it, the Beltec lowering kit, all new bushings, new power steering rack. Like, this truck has been gone through front to back at this point. So I'm excited to see how it's going to ride, and then I also have a C-notch kit for the back. So I want to see how it's going to ride just with the shocks, and I'll give you guys my honest opinion on the shocks with the lowering kit. And then I want to see how it looks, how it sits once the shocks and everything on it. If I'm happy with how it sits, then I'm going to go ahead and get alignment. And I want to see with the new shocks if it's still bottoming out really bad in the rear on the frame. Because before it would bottom pretty bad in the back with the blown shocks, the OEM shocks. And I want to see if it's not going to do that. If it's still going to smash off the frame, then I'm going to install the C-notch kit on the rear. Then we'll have way more travel in the rear, it shouldn't hit, and hopefully those shocks can dampen it properly. The other thing I do have is, let me grab them. So Jason also gave us these drop hangers, and some guys were asking why I didn't install them on the last go. I don't think they're the right ones. So these, what they're supposed to be is that they're shock extenders, so when you lower your truck, you are compressing your shock into a different portion of the stroke on the shock, so it's actually shorter. And what these do is they actually extend it. So if your shock mount was up here and normally your shock would bolt into there, this is bringing your shock mount down lower. So it's bringing it down like another maybe 3 inches or so, so that the shock is in its proper stroke or its range of motion, so that it gives you a better ride. So that's the idea behind these, but they don't seem like they're a perfect fit for that. So I don't know. Jason bought this off somebody, I guess off the forums he was mentioning, but I don't know if it's the right kit. I tried to put it around the bracket and it fit kind of funny, so not to mention the hardware that it comes with is completely wrong, so that's why I didn't put these on yet. I'll investigate that further, but honestly I want to see how it rides just with the shocks, and then we'll maybe see about getting these on. Okay, and moving on to other stuff. So I think I posted this on Instagram, but I don't know if you guys can see. Now you can't see the back of the truck. I have the S2000, the S2000's here actually, and the over fenders, the wide body kit, and a new front bumper that we're putting on, the one that was sitting up in the rafters for a while. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, we're gonna be, so what happened was, it was at Ben's shop, True Auto Creations, over there with those guys in Lewis. And I brought it back. I'm gonna do the minor body work that it needs to be done. So I kind of just threw the car together originally when we plasticked it because I knew it was gonna be temporary, but there's a few things that need to be tended to. And in order to wrap it and have a clean, smooth looking wrap job, we gotta fix some stuff. And plus from me going to the track and just hammering on it, the front fenders, they're kind of chewed up. So I'm gonna redo the front fenders with some fiberglass, and get that all dialed in, smooth them all, sand it, and then if all goes as planned, and there's a few other superficial dents and stuff that I gotta clean up as well. I'm also gonna pull the mirrors off. I might take the door handles off. I don't know, we'll see how far I get, but I want to get it as close to being ready as possible, and then if all goes as planned, if I get a good day on it this weekend, then Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week, the car is gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna wrap the car with them and show you guys the whole process. So as long as I take everything off the car, it should be pretty easy to wrap it. If everything's just ready to go, we can just start wrapping it. So yeah, that's 2000. Are we back? We're back. That was weird. I've never had that happen before, but that was strange. All right, can you guys see me again? We're back. Something weird happened. Something happened. The live stream died. Can you guys still see me okay? I think we'll give everybody a chance to join back. That's so weird. That was weird. I've never seen that happen, but that's kind of why I'm monitoring it as well on here, just in case, in case it fades off. All right. Well, we'll let everybody join in for a second, but I don't know where you guys last heard me. I'll give everybody a second. All right, everyone's starting to join back in. And then I'll keep blabbing for a second, because I want to tell you guys about the S2000, because it's going to be pretty cool. Okay, looks like a bunch of people are joining back in, but yeah, if not, they can catch up or rewind it. So the S2000, I don't know where this live video kind of cut out, but as far as the S2000 goes, I'm gonna do the body work hopefully this weekend. I need I'm gonna say about a good day of just cleaning it up. So I'm gonna pull all the panels off, everything, and get it ready to wrap. And then we're gonna go back to Ben's shop. I'm hoping Wednesday or Thursday. That's like kind of the tentative plan. Is I gotta fix some body work and stuff on it. I'm gonna take all the door handles off, the mirrors, get everything ready to just be wrapped. I don't want to fix a bunch of stuff because once we wrap it, you're gonna see some of those imperfections. And they pretty much peeled all of the. It's outside. I guess I could really show you, but I don't want to get too far away from the internet here. I'll show you a picture actually on my phone. It's easier. Hopefully you can see this. Jonathan took this picture. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, look how ugly this thing is. So that was me cruising the S2000 back. So that's without all the Placidip on it. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So that was without the rear fender on it. The over fender was off of it. It's got the blue on it. The blue front fenders. Black door. That was the door I replaced on it. Super ugly. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Nothing to really look at. But I'm going to fix all the body work on it that needs to be done. Not a whole lot, but I just want to clean some stuff up. And then since it's like 94 degrees here and it's supposed to be like the same tomorrow, I'm going to try to either do it in the morning or at evening, but I don't know if I'm going to work through it the day because otherwise it'll be roasting. So yeah, it's going to look really good though, you guys. Like the color that I picked, I don't want to fully spoil. Alright, I don't know what's going on, you guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because it's so hot out. I'm guessing it's because it's hot out that this thing is just overheating. That's my guess, is this thing is overheating. Ay, ay, ay. Even my phone thinks it's too hot out to be doing this whole thing. All right, we're back. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Technical difficulties. Jonathan's coming over. He's gonna run the camera. I don't know why that thing keeps shutting down. Let me see if I can see one thing. Give me 1 second, you guys. It's the problem with live is it's not always perfect, right? No, it's plugged in. It's got Wi-Fi. I don't know. So I'm running, the way I'm doing the lives is I'm running my old phone there, and I've got my current phone here so I can, you know, correspond with you guys. But for some reason, it keeps overheating, because it's freaking hot out. It's like 90 degrees right now. But anyways, I don't know where it cut me off again, but yeah, the S2000 is going to get done soon, and then this thing should be running. I'm hoping the bushing shows up tomorrow, and I can actually put it back together, but yeah. Let me continue on, since the live stream is being funny today. Enrique, oh yeah, live chat time. Love the channel as always. Just curious if you ever checked out the Exaline. No, I never checked out those badges. Oh, tell me it failed again. Did it die again? No, we're still good. Still good. Yeah, I never checked out those badges, but I'll have to check them out. Joshua, with the draft going on, who is your favorite NFL team? You guys might hate me, but I'm not a huge NFL guy. I'll watch the NFL games like when it's Super Bowl and stuff, but I've never really followed it too much. All right, this is a trip. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Jake said, cheers, yo. Thanks for keeping the Dakota. I love the content. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, I don't plan on getting rid of the Dakota anytime soon. It's a project that we don't have a lot of money invested into it, but we have a ton of time invested into it. So for those reasons, I think it'll be around for a while. Rob Roy, it rained all day in Orlando. Stay cool because of it. I'm doing my rear shocks in a few days. Had them for like 8 months. Yeah, the rear shocks are super easy to change. So yeah, as long as your truck isn't rusted, which I fully understand because having lived up north pretty, for a while, pretty much my whole life before, those came out so nice. Like usually on a 20-year-old truck, they would be rusted in there and it would be a nightmare to get them off. But that actually worked out pretty good. But yeah, if everything comes off, it's just 2 bolts. The other nice thing about that is replacing the shocks on that truck compared to my 4th gen Ram was way easier. On the 4th gen Ram, you have to take the whole fender liner out, which kind of sucks to get at the bolt, and you have to, not only that, but they don't have the nut that has the arm on it. So if you guys watch the video, like this truck has a nut with a welded arm on it, so you just have to hit the bolt and then the nut hits the frame and holds itself. Whereas the 4th gen Ram, you had to like cut a little wrench and like try to get it in there, and it's a nightmare. But this thing took 2 seconds, thankfully. It was one of the only things on the whole truck that actually went smoothly for once. But I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet with the Dakota, because honestly, like, it's been such a pain in the ass, this truck, but at the same time, everything has been gone through, right? It's got a brand new power steering rack, all new bushings, new suspension, all new brakes. The engine's been gone through, the transmission's been gone through, the fuel pump's been changed. The interior, we completely ripped it out and cleaned it all, reinstalled it. I mean, the bed's come off, the bed's been back on, like, it's got new headlights, it's got all LEDs, we went through every single bulb in the truck. Like, what else left is there on the truck? We went through the stereo system. I still want to put in a couple speakers, but I mean, it's got a stereo has been redone. Like, that truck has been completely gone through, so it's almost like priceless. I don't know what it's worth, but I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. Got too much time invested in it, and it's a fun project. I mean, it's gonna be a fun little truck all said and done, especially with that cam that's gonna sit there and just be rocking. I can't wait. Adam, does it have standard transmission? If you're talking about the Dakota, no. So it has automatic, and some guys were talking about putting a 6-speed in it, but honestly, I have a T56. Alright guys, the phone literally says it's getting too hot. I kid you not. I kid you not. I'm going to try running it without the battery. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't know if that's contributing to why it's getting so hot, but it keeps overheating the phone. That's why it turns off. I'm not joking when I say it's hot out. I'm not joking. So we'll try that. We'll see how much battery we got on the iPhone. But she's getting hot, boys. She's cooking. Almost need to put an ice pack on it. Let's see. Let me see if I can get to some of your questions. You guys got a lot going on here, and I wanna be talking here and answer some of your questions. Let me catch up to you guys here. Last Friday I talked about the brake upgrade for the Dakota. So since it's the same bolt pattern and same lug as the Viper, I have. Oh my God. Please tell me it didn't freeze. No, we're still good. All right. So since the Dakota has the same bolt pattern and lug pattern as the Viper, the calipers and the rotors and everything that we took off the Viper could technically fit on here if we have the correct brackets. So at some point, I still have the Brembo calipers and brakes that came off the Viper, and I was thinking that'd be pretty cool to put on the Dakota. So I'm gonna see about maybe doing that at some point, but right now we got so much going on, you guys. I have a huge build for the Viper that I want to get started on. I'm gonna finish up the Dakota, get that working first since that's on the way, but I have a ton of parts for a massive build on the Viper, and I want to get that going. So we got a lot of exciting things on the way. I just want to at least get one project sorted out, which is hopefully the Dakota at some point. But yeah, as far as brakes go, I think the Viper brakes, the old Viper brakes, will go on the Dakota. Garrison Demon says, I wonder if any of the front end components could be used from a Ram SRT10 to do brake conversion for the Dakota. I know the Viper Gen 2 used to be a common upgrade with fabrication. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with trying to do the brakes from the Ram, because it's a different bolt pattern first off, and I would prefer using the calipers off of this since I already have them spare. And the other thing too is the rears, I might be able to mock up the parking brake from this to work on that. It would be a bit of work, but that's probably what I would try to do. Garrison said the 03 spindles bolt right up and use a much larger dual piston caliper. Not extreme upgrade, but cheap and easy. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe doing the newer brake upgrade on this, but I think eventually I'll just try to get the Viper brakes that I took off of this one on there. What's up, man? I hear Jonathan sneaking up. Dude, the phone, like, if I try to keep the power on the phone,
it's not working?
It overheats. It's
really?
Working now.
It's still hot.
Yeah.
Dude, my phone too has been getting so hot.
Yeah. So
today?
It overheats if I try doing that.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we got Jonathan here, fresh out of work in his jumpsuit. Yes. I want to turn the fan on, but then you won't be able to hear, so.
Dude, today I was in an attic, 122 degrees.
Where did you get the temperature from?
I have a gauge. I have a little gauge. I
You
took
were
a
up
picture.
there? Damn.
Yeah.
Sweating your ass off?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any?
123.
Damn.
So you guys don't think I'm lying. 123 in the attic.
What temperature is right now? Like still 90?
Maybe the 80s.
Damn.
84. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah, go for it.
My hands are all dirty too.
Alright. Yeah, so I'm not joking here. It's super hot here, you guys. Even the phone's overheating. John's overheating. Yeah, I had to take the battery. Like, the phone was getting hot from me trying to charge or keep the power source plugged into the phone. It was overheating, but now I think it's doing a little bit better. But that's crazy. Let's see. Rob Roy, no rust in Florida. Oh, that's pretty good, yeah. 2 days ago, he flipped out with my headers in the wrap. It won't fit now. I'm not sure what to do. It took off the upper arm. Still not enough room. Is that, Rob, is that on your Dakota? Or is that a different truck? Darren says, aim an oscillating fan on it. I was thinking about, I have a little tiny like computer fan. I was thinking about pointing it at the phone there to keep it cool, but I don't want it to just be wind noise the whole time. I might have to come up with a different setup. It's going to be this hot out and that phone's going to overheat all the time. I might not be able to make it work. I think that phone should last about an hour with streaming without power on it, but strange. Let's see. Rob Roy, I enjoy the Viper stuff. One day I'll have one. 2001 GTS yellow with black stripes. Yeah, those are nice. I was, honestly, you guys, I was very close to selling this Viper at one point in time. I almost sold it to my friend, actually. And luckily, he couldn't get the financing together on time, so I ended up keeping it. But then I did a few things to it, and now I'm like pretty certain that I won't get rid of this car, because I've just, same way that I'm explaining to you guys on the Dakota is the same way on the Viper. Like, literally replaced every possible thing on the Dakota, or on the Viper that I'm doing now with the Dakota. So almost the same year, right? 2099, and replaced pretty much every bushing, everything on this. So it's hard to want to get rid of it. Does your remote still work? I was telling everybody.
Oh yeah, it's still working. So I tested it out.
Here, hold on. I gotta move it a bit.
So the remote's still working, but I tested it out to see how far I can do it during the day. And then put it on the iPhone.
Yeah, see, it's back. Jeez, you guys.
Turn on your AC.
This is a nightmare. Came inside. We'll see if it's any better. I don't want to aim a fan at it, but see, everybody's. Well, we only got 3 guys in here now. We came inside to see if we can keep this phone any cooler since it's so hot outside, but it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I apologize, guys. We're gonna have to come up with a better format for this. I can't even, like, this live stream. I can't change devices on it that I know of. I can't sit there and go to let me see, go to a different device. No, save, highlight, share. What is this? What the heck? Is this a filter?
What?
Let's just mess with this for a second since I don't know what this is.
Oh,
what the heck? Look at this. I'm learning so much about this. Oh, that's kind of lame. But, alright, let me keep going here, you guys. I apologize for the technical issues, but we're learning as we go. How do I get out of that? Okay, so we're in where I usually make videos, but we'll do it this way.
Oh, little fan.
Yeah, I have this little fan, but I think you guys are going to end up hearing a bunch of noise if I do this. Alright, let me answer some of your questions. We'll do this. I literally have a fan pointed at the camera just to keep this stupid thing cool. Hopefully it's not making a bunch of weird noise. Let me know if you guys can hear me and it's not too wind noisy. Will says, I also have a Dakota 5.9. I've been thinking of a 5.7 swap or a 6.4 swap. What are your thoughts? Want to upgrade the brakes? I don't know. See, I gave my opinion on this last Friday as far as what I would do. And if I was going to go, personally, if I was going to go Hemi swap, I would probably go with a Hellcat, honestly. Because by the time you get the harness kit and the controller and the computer to do the conversion, I would rather just buy it, because you're going to spend the $1,000 to $2,500 I think for the harness and the computer, the standalone computer and all that stuff. I don't know what they call it. I think it's called crate engine kit, to be able to retrofit a Hellcat or a Hemi engine into the older chassis, whatever hot rod you're trying to do. And if I was going to go through all of that nonsense, I think I would probably just go for the Hellcat swap. But I mean, it depends what your power goals are. Unless you can like pull out everything and you don't have to worry about emissions and you can pull out everything out of a junkyard build, I think that might be the way to go. Rob on here said you're an essential worker.
Sadly, yeah.
Sadly. I don't know how. John, are you essential?
Barely.
Barely? John's barely essential.
Today's the first. I got the last 3 weeks off.
Really?
Nothing. Today's the first time essential.
Oh, I'm trying to move this so that I'm holding the phone with my hand. Normally I have this set up a little bit better, but John.
Yeah.
Let's try answering some people's questions. Let's see.
Let me pull them up. Give me a second.
Open up the live.
Yeah.
So this is an unplanned change. I literally have a fan pointed at this thing, so hopefully it doesn't sound like garbage.
Let's see.
It's that hot out, so we had to come inside.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I was gonna keep this in the garage like usual, but now we're here.
Oh, are you still training now? The gyms are closed. What are you doing?
Are you training?
I've actually been running, yeah.
Get out of here. You don't work out.
Dude, I have proof. It's not a
You
lie.
have proof. You had to take pictures of him huffing
running.
and puffing just so you could prove it.
See, for people like you that want to...
He knew everybody was gonna call him out for not working out.
Like, it's not much, but there it is. Oh, they're gonna know where I live. Look, I'm not lying.
You didn't even run a whole mile.
I said it's not much, but it's a start. It's a start.
It's at 0.75 a mile.
It's a start.
He jumped in his truck and drove around the block so that it said he was moving on GPS.
What have you been doing? Just sit around all day.
I've been working.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
essentially working on the Dakota. It's the same thing, isn't it?
I work at Universal Studios. I'm off till May. That's crazy. I doubt. You think they're gonna open in May?
Universal?
I don't know.
No, I think they're gonna have to implement a bunch of. They're probably gonna have to try and implement a bunch of like precautionary stuff. I think at least.
What I think is gonna happen, like places like that, they're gonna have like bottles of like Lysol wipes and all that, just to make people feel comfortable, you know. So like you grab a Lysol wipe whenever you want to touch something. I don't know.
Well, think about like the rides and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like how are
After
they like
each ride?
Yeah, like they're not gonna wipe down every seat on every ride, and I don't know. I could go off on a rant on this stuff, but I think everything's gonna be so different.
Every other line. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting.
But even still, like they're gonna be like, how much they're gonna have like.
Wait, is this Universal in Is there a Universal in Florida?
Yeah,
Right?
there's Universal everywhere. I
So
think.
what Universal is it at? I doubt if it's in California it'll open May. Maybe Florida. They'll open.
He's in Florida. Florida, everybody's at the beach.
Yeah.
Everybody's already partying in Florida.
Let's go.
Let me see if I can catch up some of your questions. I think there's a bunch of questions in the middle that I didn't get to since the stream is acting up.
Someone's asking about Mustang. Do you want to do 5.0 or 4.6? Like in my opinion, the 4.6 sounds way better than the 5.0, but you can't beat the power from a 5.0. If that makes any sense. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
On 4.6 versus 5?
Yeah.
It depends if you're talking old 5.0 or new 5.0, like Coyote motor.
Yeah.
So one of the nice things about the 4.6 is it's like traditional cam setup. So you can change one camshaft, and it's a
single cam.
Yeah, it's a push rod engine.
And the new ones have 4, right? Or something like that.
So like if you had a
That's
four,
my favorite
if you had a 4.6, you just change the cam and it's a push rod engine. So you change one camshaft and everything moves with higher lift. You get all that rumble or whatever you try to get. But if you do a newer like Coyote motor or even the old Cobra motor, like I was thinking of doing,
Yeah.
it's 4 camshafts. So it's like to try to get like some sort of rumble out of it. It's like a whole deal. But I mean, obviously the Coyote motor has like really good power.
Yeah.
And it revs really high too, right?
I was helping out my friend yesterday on his Camaro. We're doing a cam.
Oh, were you?
So we're taking it apart, but it hasn't came in yet. It's coming in.
Oh, okay.
Monday or Tuesday or something.
That's almost when mine should probably show up.
It's that yeah. I that's my first time taking an engine apart, and his too. So we're taking off the head. And I didn't even know
his first time taking an engine?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is 2019 LT1.
Oh, we're gonna go over there and live stream when he starts it. Kaboom!
Yeah, so I learned what push rods were.
Oh man, he's gonna push rod. He's gonna push a rod right outside the engine. First time working on an engine, he's doing a cam.
Yeah.
Jeez,
it should be fun, right?
That's ballsy.
Yeah, he just got the car too. Ooh, I know. That's what I was telling him too.
Let's hey, can you grab the tripod? We'll set it up like.
Okay. The charger too, or just the tripod?
I don't know, maybe both. It seems like the phone is keeping a little more cool in here because it's hot out there. And we'll get back on track with your questions. Get back on track with his live stream. Let me see. John's just going to get the tripod so I can stay online with you guys here for a second. What amp alternator in the Dakota? I'm kind of jumped around on questions, but I'll do my best to get to them all. I ended up buying a alternator from a 2002, I think, 2002 or 2003 Durango, which that's the way to get a higher amp alternator. So I put the bigger one in there since I put the electric fan in there. I think I have the link on my actual video on that when I changed the alternator.
Just over this one. Dude, I probably stink. I was sweating all day.
Tell him, John.
I was working all day because I'm essential, unlike you.
You are not essential.
I'm probably sweating. Or probably smell like sweat.
You're essentially not working.
You're not doing anything.
John's the cameraman over here. Part-time essential, part-time cameraman. Okay, hold on. Let me switch around. Okay, hold on. John's gonna set this up. There, I switched it. So it's
Okay. So it's gonna be on this side?
Yeah. That's the better camera. Do it that way. Let me see, and then I can look at it from here. Yeah, I'll plug this in somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Does that reach?
Just plug it into your.
Never mind. Just plug it into down the bottom there. See that where the?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's easier. Still could electrocute it.
Yeah, seems safe. Yeah.
That thing's sketchy. All right, we're back. We're back in business here.
All right.
I think we might be good. Here, I'll move a little bit so that we got everybody.
You got any adult sodas?
Adult sodas? I think we do.
So I can get one. It's Friday.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh, I shouldn't cuss. Sorry, guys. Ignore that.
Okay. now I think we're back on track, you guys. Yeah, a little bit different scenery for you guys. We're just in my office here where I would normally edit videos, but it's so hot outside that the camera keeps overheating and shutting down the live stream, so we're gonna run with it in here. Let me catch up to you guys in your comments.
I see that steak you had in the fridge. I was gonna hit you up. Should I go pick up some steaks?
Oh, did
But then I got more calls, so I was like, oh, never mind.
you eat already?
No, I haven't eaten yet.
Oh,
It's all right.
we should eat at some point. Should we take out one more steak?
Oh, you have more?
Well, what do you think this is, man? Take out one more then.
Where is it?
They're in the freezer.
All right.
Are you gonna eat a whole steak though? Those things are huge.
Well, how big is it?
I don't know. Just check.
How many ounces?
I don't know. They're massive though. Just check. All right. John's distracting us. Let's get back to this. I may have skipped some questions, but I'll continue off for a while. So we were talking about Universal Studios and Rob. Now we'll talk about David Cosper. Hey man, I know you're a Mopar guy. I'm just a car guy. Period. I'm actually looking for an SN95 Mustang. Do you think push rod? Oh, so we were talking about the 5-liter versus the 4.6. Yeah. So apparently, I mean, I think it's gonna be cheaper to build the 4.6, but I think the oh, you're talking about both though. It's hard to say. Yeah, the push rod motor would probably be cheaper to build for sure, but if you're talking, you know, more money but higher revving, then probably the one with the 4 cams, I would say. Stun of Sand, still selling that other M1 Mopar manifold. I don't know. So I've talked to Jason. We're still trying to come up with both of our setups. So he's got a bunch of parts, and we're trying to come up with the best configurations. So we'll probably end up figuring that out pretty soon. But I'll let you guys know if I have another M1 setup for sale here soon.
What's M1 setup? What is it?
You know the intake manifold, the Mopar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that. What else do you guys got? I'm very interested in the size of the cam putting in the Dakota, like the actual numbers and what kind. I don't know. I'll try to give you guys the specs once I get it back. I just IMM Engines is speccing the cam. I don't know. We didn't really talk too much whether he's like secretive with his spec or not. I know some guys are with whatever cam they spec out. They kind of grind the numbers off or whatever. But
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he is or isn't. But I told him go as aggressive as possible without me having to yank the heads and without having to redo a bunch of stuff. So.
Oh. Now, why would you have to do the heads? What's the reason?
Well, so what happens is if you go with a high lift cam, so high lift is it's lifting the push rod, right?
Like the lobe is bigger.
Yeah, so it's pushing the push rod up higher and the rocker is pushing down on the valve.
Yeah.
And so what they're trying to do is open the valve as much as possible. So what they would do is they'll put a longer length valve in it.
Okay.
So that it can open more for more lift to let more air in.
Okay.
So that's one part of it. Or the other thing too is if the cam is too big, like the lobe on it, then what'll happen is it'll push up too much and the spring, the spring that's on the valve, will actually coil bind.
Oh, it'll be.
So the spring will fully compress and it'll try to, mechanically squish the spring. So that's the other thing that we're running against too. So, but I actually saw him send me a message saying that he might, or he's specking out a different spring. So I don't know what that means. I'm just leaving it up to him. So originally he said we were going to run OEM, brand new Mopar OEM springs, and he was going to shim them a bit to make them a bit stiffer. And now he said that he found some sort of different spring that he's going to use. So
that's pretty cool.
Either way, it's going to sound nasty. I can't wait.
On the Camaro, we had to take the head off too because he's gonna change all that now.
Oh, is he?
We don't even know what we're doing.
Oh my god, that Camaro's never gonna run the same again.
It's gonna run better.
Oh, better. He's gonna sell it to me for $5. Take my broken Camaro.
That was my first time ever seeing like the inside of that, like seeing the push rods. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh really?
Yeah. I didn't know that was
That's scary. He's never taken apart an engine? Is he like mechanical?
I mean, we took it apart.
Did you film it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out John's channel where they break a Camaro in 2019. Him and his friend took apart a 2019 Camaro. What is it?
Yeah, LT1.
LT1 or something. I don't know what Camaro he's got, but if you want to see a broken Camaro, go check out John's channel. Have you uploaded it yet?
Oh no, it's supposed to be a secret. It's on live. So he's supposed to go to Mexico with somebody and race them, and he doesn't want anybody to know until after the race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think you just ruined your friend's secret. No secret is safe here.
He watches you too.
Oh no! Don't comment then. Nobody will know who you are.
Yeah.
What else we got? I have my heads worked. 5-angle valve job, bronze guides, but no cam yet. Waiting for your install to get some inspiration. Nice. So you already got some head work done. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to hear what this thing's or see how it's gonna run with intake manifold, throttle body, cam. I think it's a fun little combo.
Yeah, dude.
And then once we get it cooking on that, I want to rip that just for, I don't know, even maybe a few weeks or a month. And in the meantime, I think I want to try to get a different head unit for the Pro Charger kit, probably. And then, I don't know, we might just run the truck cammed for now, maybe for a little bit, and then start on the build on the Viper. Because I'm like itching to start that build.
Have you announced it?
No.
Oh.
I'm like itching to get the Viper done,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We'll see.
It'll be nice.
We'll see where we're at. So it depends. At least we'll get the truck, the Dakota, ripping pretty good. Maybe we'll do some track days. Hopefully the tracks are open soon.
Yeah.
And then we can try it with the cam and let me know what you guys would rather see in the comments. We'll get your guys' feedback. Would you rather see me go back to the track with naturally aspirated with the cam, intake manifold, and throttle body and show you guys what the truck could run before we put boost on it? So we'll get Flying Ryan to send us the tune for the cam, intake manifold, and throttle body, and go back to the track. So let me know if you guys want to see that, or you guys want to just go back to the track with boost eventually with the cam and all that stuff. Michael Smith says, working on that Coors virus.
Yeah. It's adult sodas. Go get yourself one.
Nathan said put AC in the garage. Yeah, I'm trying to, with everything going on right now, I'm trying to keep the expenses low. I don't know, I don't really mind the heat. I know John's always complaining about it, he's a little girl, but...
Yeah, I sweat if it's above 70.
You hear that? Did you ever have to deal with him complaining all the time? It's because he sweats if it's above 70.
Oh.
Everybody's probably up north freezing their ass off, and you're over here complaining about 70 degrees.
I'd rather freeze.
See what happens?
I'd rather freeze than be sweating.
See what happens when you're raised in California? You start complaining about 70-degree weather. Or what? 72 degrees. 72 is too hot for John.
72 is too hot.
Steve Hall. You're late. No, you're not too late actually, Steve Hall. We had some technical difficulties. The phone and stuff was overheating, so I think we finally got sorted out. We were out in the garage like we normally are, and it was so hot that the phone that we normally do live streaming from was overheating. So we had to come in here. I was gonna try to, I don't know, not that you guys care that much, but I was gonna try and live stream from my computer because I know that would obviously handle it, but I can't resume a live stream once I've started it on one device. Maybe your boy, Fly Ride would know.
What?
He would know.
Oh, how to restart? How to change?
Yeah, we gotta get Chris over there helping us.
I hit him up the other day, but he didn't reply.
Damn! Whatever he's watching.
Yeah. I don't know. I asked him how he was doing, but...
When's the last time you hung out with Chris?
Right before the day I went to TJ Hunt's thing.
When was that?
That was like a month and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that's when I had the fever, when I was sick.
Maybe that's why. Are you sure he's still good? John had a fever. He hung out with one of our buddies, and he hasn't heard him since. See? Wow, how am I friends with this guy? Can't trust this man. Guy goes and hangs out with somebody with a fever. Doesn't hear back from him.
That's funny.
Well, Chris, I hope you're still alive.
I hope so too.
Yeah, so Fred, as far as power upgrades planned on the Viper, I have a huge build coming for the Viper.
Huge.
Definitely
Huge.
a power upgrade.
Huge.
That thing is gonna
We're
be
swapping for a Hemi.
Yeah, Hemi swap the Viper. And then the S2000, I think I have a supercharger kit lined up for it again. I should have bought that one.
The one in
Yeah, so Rockstar Garage, which you guys will probably see Rockstar Garage a little bit more on the channel. Cool guys over there. I wasn't in a position to get it, but they had a supercharger kit for me for $2,600.
the whole complete.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I mean, honestly, with this many projects going on, I really didn't want to throw down the extra cash. But apparently he has another one. I'm gonna have to check back with him. So apparently I can get linked up with another supercharger kit for the S2000, but I didn't want to get it. And the reason why I didn't want to get it is because the S2000 is getting a little tired.
Oh, the engine?
I'm gonna have to rebuild the head on it.
Oh.
So I think if I were to do a leak down test, because we did compression tests and the numbers are a little low, they're a little weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not burning oil, so the bottom end should be fine. But
So it's better to prevent anything from happening, right? So
Yeah.
rebuild it now.
well,
Or what?
I don't know. Like I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna fail anytime soon. But at the same time, I don't want to usually, as weird as this sounds, you guys, in California, the off season for track days isn't summer.
Oh wow! Oh, cause it's so hot.
It gets so hot here in the summer. The off
tires just
season,
slip, or
yeah,
what?
the off season for track days is in the middle of the summer. So usually there's they still have events, but usually that's the off season. So I was planning on maybe rebuilding before all this nonsense world happened. I was planning on rebuilding the head on the S2000 in the middle of the summer, but I don't know. They skipped all the track days because of this in the winters.
That's
It's
crazy.
I don't know what's going on.
So I should get a car and start building it.
No, yeah, save your money, man. Things are gonna get rough.
Let me ask you guys. I want to see what you guys with your stimulus check. What do you guys do with it? Did you buy car parts, save it, or pay bills off? I'm curious to see what you guys did. I paid some of my debt off. So
Here, go over here.
What?
Here, I'll move over here so you
I don't want to be close to you.
just sit there. Yeah, especially when you got fevers and stuff.
Oh.
Let me see what other questions you guys got.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what you child support.
Child support?
Oh no.
Is that what you're paying for?
That's the thing I said. Didn't get a check, child support. Hey, it's for your kid. I mean, it's your kid.
Don't worry. Jonathan probably has a few he doesn't know about either.
Oh, you, not me. What the? I'm not gonna say anything.
Alright, let me answer some of your guys' questions.
I'm not complaining. I'm okay. That's good. That's good. Rob Roy.
Oh, Steve Hall. We're jumping around.
Yeah.
you see what they wrote?
No. What did
They said, look, I don't want to say it because I'm going to get demonetized.
That's COVID. Oh.
Darren, I can't even say your comment,
You can't
but
say
I'm
that
laughing.
word. That's a good.
Something with a 19 in it. If you guys believe it or not, if you say those words, you get demonetized.
Oh, so YouTube, they have an algorithm that tracks what you say and it makes subtitles. So if you say something, it picks it up and it'll demonetize you. That's crazy, right?
I mean, that's technology for you, but I think they had to do it. I think they do it for more other important reasons.
Yeah.
Because you can pretty much upload any YouTube video. And if you guys, not that you guys really watch that guy, I doubt they watch Logan Paul or whatever, but.
These guys, no.
Well, that Logan Paul guy, pretty much the biggest YouTuber, uploaded a video of a dead body or something.
Yeah.
And because YouTube doesn't really, you can upload anything honestly to YouTube, right? Before you really could, because they don't you could upload almost anything to YouTube, and until YouTube catches it or somebody reports it.
Yeah, they don't catch it right away, but over
So
time, yeah.
that's why YouTube is putting things in place so that when you upload a video, it can electronically try to figure out what you uploaded, and it's converting all your spoken words and stuff into text so that they can try to identify if it's a video that should be taken down right away.
Someone just said when you say RT, it spells ARTIE. RT.
Probably.
Yo, crazy story, off topic, but I went to a house today, right? And I walk in, I have my face mask on, and it smells like weed,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, I check it out, and then the guy tells me, oh, in this house, I didn't even ask him about the smell. He's like, oh, in this house, before we moved in, the people before, they were growing it here, and I guess they got caught or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, then. And the house permanently stinks?
Yeah, he says he's been trying with like Lysol, Febreze, everything to try to get it out.
Apparently, like, once a house is, like, a grow-off, it's, like, forever on the record of the house.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
But they didn't tell him. The realty company didn't tell him.
Really?
And the neighbor told him.
Well, because my mom's in real estate, my whole family is.
Yeah.
And apparently, if a house it's called like a grow-op. If
yeah.
it was a grow-op, if they don't disclose it, they can get in huge trouble.
Maybe over there, but not here.
And
Or
once
is it here
once
too?
a house is like identified that it was a grow-op, it's like forever in like the history of that house. It's almost like a Carfax for a house.
Dang, that's crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's wild. I fly drones for real estate. It's slow. Oh no. Oh, what kind of drone do you use? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah. John and I were looking at that new was it
Mavic Mini.
Yeah.
Can I open the window? It's pretty hot.
Yeah.
There I go complaining.
No, it's hotter out. It's hotter outside than it is in here.
Oh, you can't even open this window?
You can, but it's gonna be hotter outside than it is in here.
Let's see.
Why don't you just here, you can have the fan. How about that? There.
It's pretty cool.
Since
I
you're-
think it's the same inside and outside.
Do you hear this? So, John's complaining when it's like over 72 degrees. Here he's complaining.
Dude, oh my god.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
84. Calm
Oh
down.
my god.
I thought. Oh, he uses the Mavic Zoom. That's interesting.
Yeah, I want to get that new one, the tiny
Oh,
one.
and the Mini, he says.
How do you like the Mini? That's the Mavic Minis. There's only one Mavic Mini, right?
Yeah, there's only one Mavic Mini.
Yeah, I want to get the Mini because I think it'd be kind of cool to be compact. Plus, I want to do some cool stuff. I was showing John, like, people are like flying it through cars because it's small.
It's nice, yeah.
And you could fly it through the car and get like some cool effects.
I had the Spark before, but I sold it right like a week before the Mini came out, or it was announced.
That's good. Time.
So yeah, I sold it. I got my money. My money back.
Rob said it's good.
Yeah,
Might have to.
yeah. It's not a bad investment, honestly. You get good shots.
All right, what else do you guys want to talk about? Apparently, we're talking about everything on this Friday night.
Not just cars.
Yeah, we go from talking to grow ops and
HVAC.
all kinds of stuff. John's friend's Camaro's gonna blow up.
I'm gonna make sure every bolt's tight.
Oh, just on
Is
that
it
one.
tight? Yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
What else can we discuss? James says want to trade valve covers. I already have 2 sets of valve covers, so I don't need to trade anybody. At one point, I wanted to get rid of the Mopar Performance ones because they leak so much.
Yeah.
But with the other engine, it's got OEM valve covers on it.
Oh,
So
that's true. I didn't even think about that.
I don't need to trade anybody anymore. But at one point, I was so fed up with the leaking Mopar Performance valve covers that I wanted to get rid of them. But apparently, that's super common actually that they leak like that.
Dude, let's talk about behind the scenes of that, picking up the motor. This guy was sketched out. He did not want to buy it.
Oh, I think did we ever explain that stuff?
I don't know. I don't think so, but okay. So it was in I don't know if you guys know San Bernardino, but it's not a good area. Well, some parts are, but not where we went. And then the guy just had the engine.
Well,
in
you
his
have to
backyard.
back up with the story. So I was
Okay.
looking for the engine, right? The replacement engine for the Dakota, but I really wanted to do like a Hellcat swap. So I didn't really want to spend much money on a replacement engine. I could have taken that engine apart, but we just wanted to get the truck back running. So I kept looking and looking. I figured I could find like maybe a $500 motor. And then I find this one that was on No.
Facebook. Oh, this is on Facebook.
Was it on Facebook
Yeah.
Marketplace?
Marketplace.
So it was on Facebook Marketplace, which is kind of good because you can see the person's Facebook profile,
Yeah.
right? You can click on their picture and see if they're actually
Yeah.
legit or not. So I think how much was he asking? 400 or something?
I don't know. Yeah, like around that price.
No, I think it was.
I could probably pull it up.
Nah, whatever. Anyways, let's just say I think it was like
Four.
honestly, I think it was like $400 something dollars. Or,
Yeah, that's for the engine and the transmission.
yeah, this guy, or he might have had it for more, but I think I like made him some offer because it was the ad was really old. So, anyways, the guy doesn't speak any English, so John speaks Spanish as well.
Yeah.
So I get John to start messaging him. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get this engine off this guy, so message him. I'll find out what the deal is. So John goes back and forth, whatever, and he says, yeah, he guy can meet up. And I said, well, offer him this much, see if he'll take it for the engine and transmission. And I think we got him down to 400. I think we were gonna pick up the engine with the transmission for $400, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So we go there, and it was like super sketchy. It was in the ghetto, and I think we've like filmed on the way there. I think that
Yeah.
video has it.
Yeah.
Super sketchy. We get there, and the guy comes out, and it's like one of these like Southern California places, it's like in the ghetto where there's like a fence around everybody's yard.
Yeah, like the metal.
But they're not even like a
Yeah.
fence that does anything. It's like a 2-foot fence.
Yeah,
it's like
just for
enough to say I need a fence, but not enough to actually be functional. So we get in there, and I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Oh, okay. So I'm talking to the guy in
He's
Spanish.
speaking Spanish,
Yeah.
and worst translator you've ever met in your
Well,
life.
Yeah.
This guy's having a 20-minute conversation in Spanish with the guy.
Yeah, but it was
And so I asked-
it was
I'm-
small talk. Small talk.
Small talk. John has small talk with the guy. He gives me no talk. I say, what has the guy been saying for the last 20 minutes while I'm
Yeah.
like inspecting the engine? And John just says, he said the engine's good. That's all he
Well,
gives
yeah,
me.
that's what the guy kept saying. He said, "Oh, I took it out of my running. What is that called? The
Durango?
Durango." He said, "I took it out running. I crashed it. And then that's it. That's all he would tell me." So then he pulled up a
They were
picture.
talking for like 15, 20 minutes.
That's all he would tell me though. I kept on asking him. That's it. That's all he would tell me. He said it was running good when I took it out.
So there was that. Apparently, allegedly, it was rebuilt.
Allegedly,
I don't know.
he said it was rebuilt by his friend's shop.
So John can't extract anything. Instead, they're becoming best friends,
Oh,
having
okay.
story time together. Apparently,
Jeez.
talking about their wife and their kids,
Oh, yeah.
the families.
Yeah, all the wives I have and kids.
And so then we finally, I tell him like, so the engine's just sitting outside in this guy's backyard. It's not covered. There's no tarp over it.
It literally rained the day before and that day. I
Yeah,
think.
and the throttle body, like he didn't even have like the intake on it. The
No, he had a piece of wood on top. Remember?
Yeah, the throttle body was just sitting out in the open,
He had a
and there
piece
was
of
like
wood.
all dirt in the throttle body, and he's like, he opens it, and you just see all the dirt fall into the intake. So I'm like, okay, great, now I gotta clean out the whole intake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was telling him how it didn't look rebuilt since he said it was rebuilt, and I wasn't really comfortable with the engine since it was sitting outside. What was there was something weird about it. Oh, the oil filter was like missing.
Yeah, he took it off.
So
I don't know what reason. Oh,
yeah.
to take off the transmission. That's what he said. That's why he took off the oil
But
filter.
but the oil filter was completely like broken off.
Yeah.
Like it was like cut open and like on the ground, not even on the block anymore. So I was kind of sketched out.
Oh, and in the pictures they were connected together, the transmission and engine. And when we got there, it was separated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that, and then I kind of told him I was sketched out. So that's when I told John to tell him I'm not really comfortable with it. I'll give him $360, $40 less.
Was that it?
Yeah.
360? Okay.
It was $360. So then the guy's like, okay, fine, whatever. So then he goes to jack up the engine.
So he has what are they called? Cherry picker? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, he has the engine hoist,
Yeah,
right? The
engine
same one that
hoist,
you guys
yeah.
saw us use with the big arm. And we brought my engine hoist because we just finished buying it, so
Yeah.
thinking we're gonna have to get the engine in the back of the pickup truck.
The guy's like, no, I got one.
The guy's like, I got mine. It's okay. You don't need to use yours. So the guy starts jacking the engine up, and it gets probably
Oh,
2
no.
feet in the air at least.
It was like to the tailgate.
Yeah.
So like 3 feet. I
So
would
he had
say.
the engine like whatever, 2.5, 3 feet up, whatever you want to call it.
The size of a Tundra.
And he had, like the arm, right? But then he had a set of vice grips on like the, what do you call that thing? You guys know what I
To
mean.
lower like a jack.
You know where like the little pin that you turn on any sort of jack to like release the pressure? He had a set of vice grips on that, and whatever he did, he pushed something, and the vice grips went whoop, and the engine literally fell 2 or 3 feet, and I was like, okay, we're about to leave, and I was just looking like, like almost like a stain or something.
It
just
felt on dirt though. It was dirt.
Somehow, the arms on the jack, I was expecting it to like hit the arm and like puncture the oil pan, but it landed perfectly in between and made like a 1 foot dent in the earth.
Nothing happened to it.
It didn't dent the oil pan. It didn't do anything. And the guy was like, went white as a ghost.
Yeah.
He thought he was gonna miss out on like $400.
Yeah.
But we ended up.
He was ready to leave. For sure.
I was ready to just call it. I'm like, forget this thing. But anyways, he jacks it back up and it's full of dirt, but it was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And then he tried to say about the transmission, right?
Oh no. So we get the engine up. And remember, he scratched the truck. Well, it wasn't his fault. Like, we were pushing the engine to push it in, and the hoist kind of moved, and it ended up scratching the side of the truck.
The problem we had was because it was in this guy's backyard that was all dirt.
So
you couldn't move the engine hoist. We had to try to back up the truck into it.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even spin it. And the way you were backing up was like, John was backing the truck up here, and the hoist was like there and was like over top of the bed like that. It wasn't like a normal situation. And
it was interesting.
Yeah.
And then the guy tried to con us and say, "Oh, that's just for the engine only, not the transmission." But I told him, I was like, "No, like we came here, we told you engine and transmission for that price." And then at the end, he was like, "Oh, okay, take it."
John had to hustle him in Spanish.
So we took the engine transmission for $360.
Yeah.
And it was turnkey.
Oh, no, almost.
Almost turnkey.
Remember the broken exhaust?
Oh,
stud?
yeah.
It had a broken exhaust stud on it, which we thought was going to be a nightmare, but luckily I managed. Remember I grabbed it with the vice grips a tiny little bit?
What? Oh, you're right. It barely came off. You're right.
Barely got the broken exhaust stud out. Otherwise, that would have been another nightmare. I managed to grab it with needle nose vice grips and barely.
Yeah, barely.
And I like kept working it, PB blaster, and we got it out. I don't know, we ever film that, or was that on live stream?
That was on live. Yeah, that was on live stream. And then also the harness from the Durango was not the same as the Dakota, but we just swapped it over and it worked.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what year that truck was.
Yeah.
We barely got any information out of this guy, but the Durango harness was different.
You got any good Mexico racing stories? This guy, he's goody two shoes. He does not do any of that.
No, the ZL1.
What?
The one I showed you.
What happened?
Remember?
I don't.
The Camaro.
What about it?
I showed you this.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Viper actually took a Camaro ZL1 with 650 horse.
Yeah.
He saw it.
Yeah. New technology versus old, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had to power shift the crap out of the car. Like,
what's power shifting?
Like, foot on the floor and never lift.
Oh, it just like changed.
Like, I just let my foot on the gas because I knew like if I let up at all, it was gonna creep on me. So I literally kept my foot on the floor and just bang the next gear every gear.
Dang. Okay.
But yeah, it lurked ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Viper actually, because I think it's honestly, I haven't dynoed the Viper yet, but if I had to guess, it's got to be just over 500 horse, I think.
500.
So, but I mean, it's a light car. It's not like the newer cars. Plus, I have the Forge line forged wheels. So
true, those are light. Those are super light. You can pick it up with one hand, and they're like 255s, right? Or,
no, 350.
Oh, 3.
Yeah. So those wheels are like 13 inches wide. They're like this wide, and like they weigh nothing.
Yeah.
So they're, believe it or not, like having forged wheels, like a lightweight wheel in the vehicle, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it really does.
Because even me and Cam were talking, like when we were going back and forth. So Cam, if you guys saw Cam's Viper, right? And we were like, playing around and stuff. When we both punched it, mine would creep on his. And his has full exhaust.
Yeah, yours doesn't?
Well, his has headers on it.
Oh, okay.
So Cam's has Bellinger headers. I just have the factory headers. I just have catback exhaust. But the only thing that I have that he doesn't have is the underdrive pulley.
What's that?
Underdrive pulley goes on the crank. So same way how you lose a lot of power from turning like cooling fan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the underdrive pulley,
Mhm.
it gives you a mechanical advantage to turn all your accessories.
Okay.
So it's less strain on the engine, so it doesn't make power but frees up more power.
Makes sense. Okay.
So
So it's not working as hard.
yeah, so
Okay.
it turns everything a little bit slower, but it actually is a mechanical advantage on your pulleys. So you can actually free up some horsepower. But the only thing is, since it turns all the pulleys slow, later, when I don't tell you guys what we're doing with the Viper, I won't be able to use it. There, there's your hint.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to stock. We're gonna make it all stock.
Yeah. Let's see.
Later. What about
John has some Mexico stories.
I had a scary experience last year.
Did you?
Well, no, going to not even knowing if I would come back.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, we used to ride motorcycles. This guy is talking about Jixer. You used to ride motorcycles. What's the fastest you've gone on a motorcycle?
I maxed out my Gixxer.
What was it, 750?
Yeah.
You maxed it out?
Yeah.
To the point where it's like backing off or
No,
I don't know how to
there's
explain
no speed limiter on a bike.
no? Because on my Ninja 250, when I would hit rev limiter, it like slowed down, I don't know how to explain it.
I can't. I'm trying to remember it now. I know I definitely maxed it when it was 600, but now you guys got me wondering. I don't think there is a speed limiter on the bike. It maxes at the it's horsepower limited. So you'll get to a certain speed, and the force of the air.
Yeah.
You don't have enough horsepower to overcome that.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is. It's been so long. But I think when I re-geared it, so I re-geared my 750. I had a Gixxer 750. Almost right before we really started doing a bunch. I only sold it. When did I sell that thing? I sold it 2 years ago. Right before getting this place.
Okay.
And when I had a re-geared 750, that thing was fast. But you would max it out, but the speedo I think was inaccurate.
Oh, okay.
It won't go as fast as a liter, but you would get there almost as fast. So I could jump with a liter and stay right there, but then they would start pulling on the top end.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I don't
scary.
know how fast it actually is, but yeah, I don't know. Those days are crazy. And I don't know. I'm glad I got the motorcycle stuff out of my system early. Because the way you think about it, right? If you max out a bike, and if you hit anything on the road, or you got a nail, or just something your chain breaks, right? That's pretty.
The chain itself, that's dangerous because that could whip.
That's what I'm saying. The chain. Ooh. Imagine the chain broke and your rear wheel locked up.
Yeah. Oh, that too.
Just there's so many variables. If that happened in a car, you would skid forever. But
because you're on four.
Yeah. At least you have something to.
Damn, I never even thought about that.
Actually, you guys want a really sketchy story? I'll give you one. I just remembered. So when I had my Suzuki GSXR, there was a bunch of us who went out driving like idiots.
Oh, I think it froze.
Did it freeze?
Oh no, I pressed pause.
We're still live.
I pressed pause.
So we went out driving like idiots. You guys will like this story. And we were toying around, whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden I was looking in my mirror, and this was just after we finished slowing down. I look in my mirror and it looks like I can see all this haze, my friend's bike. Normally I always check, make sure, person behind you is good or whatever when you're riding with a bunch of people. And I see my friend's bike and it almost looks like it's I'm running over dust and stuff. All you see is this haze in my mirror. And then I look down at my gauges and my gauges are just going crazy on the bike.
Oh yeah, you told me this one. Yeah.
So the gauges are going crazy and it says the temperature is overheating, and I'm like, what the hell? And I don't know why, but I'm looking at all this stuff, and I look down at the ground to try to see if I'm running over stuff and what I'm kicking up. And I look down at my left foot, and my left foot is soaked. And it's not soaked in coolant, it's soaked in oil. And we were just flying. And I looked down, and then I'm like, okay, and I could see the temperature going up and up and up. So what I did was, and I didn't have a spot where I could pull over, but I knew it was coming up. So what I tried to do to save the engine was, I was in 6th gear, and if you guys know on a bike, you can't really put it in neutral while you're moving, right? You can gear down and you can move around the gears, but to get it in neutral
because the gears are moving.
Yeah, to try to get it between first and second while you're coasting, at highway speeds is I don't even know if the bike would let you do it.
I don't think it would.
So anyways, I'm in 6th, and I'm like, okay, well the engine's overheating. I still can't pull over. There's no shoulder, so I clutch in, and I turn the key off. Like I kill the engine. As soon as I do that, the bike starts like tank slapping. So it's going like this back and forth, because what happens when I turn off the engine, the drag on the clutch plates was enough to, like, when you pull the clutch in, it doesn't truly, and the engine's off, so nothing's spinning in the engine, but holding the clutch in and the plates on the clutch, there was a drag there. And I didn't know, but my rear wheel was completely covered in synthetic oil, hot synthetic oil. And what had happened is on the Suzuki's, they have a water pump that goes on the side, and it had somehow a water pump had snapped off the side of the engine, and it had coated the whole back tire with oil. So it snapped off, and hot engine oil came out of my engine and coated my whole back wheel. And it was so sketchy. So I ended up putting all brand new parts on it, and the motor is perfectly fine. But
That's sketchy.
yeah, so that's my sketchy motorcycle story for you guys. What other questions we got coming in?
Yeah, there's a good one right now. Oh, will the Dakota pass emissions with newer cam or with the Pro Charger? If you got the right guy, it will. I don't know. Will it?
As far as cam, believe it or not, like as long as you have all the, if you have all the stock emission stuff on a truck, right, and it passes, like they plug in with the scanner and it's, you know, not doing anything weird, it's not throwing any codes, like if it's sitting there going, you know, camming out, like, I mean, what are they gonna say? I don't think they could say anything for your vehicle going blah, 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 as long as everything checks out when they plug in, right? Like Pro Charger kit is, yeah, I don't know about that one, but there is actually there's smog legal kits too that you can put on as well, but yeah, it just depends what you end up doing.
So what emissions? Love Florida. Yeah, you love the 19.
Oh, I know, we can only say 19 right now.
Someone said, mind hooking up a brother with stock RT tune. Do you
Yeah,
know that?
Justin, I saw your email. I sent out your stickers today, so I was just catching up on a bunch of stuff today. But do you have HP tuners? I'm guessing I don't mind sending you the tune. I don't know. Actually, the tune that I pulled with the HP though, I don't think it's gonna be stock. It's gonna be Mopar Performance PCM, so it'll be a little bit better than stock. I don't have a true stock one. I just have the one I pull.
Let me put the window down. The dogs are barking.
See, can't leave John do nothing.
Can't wait till they leave.
What else we got? What do you guys want to talk about here before John and I start starving? We're about to grill here in a few minutes.
8:31. Damn, man, that's pretty cool. It's a good time. I have to get a smog check on my Jeep, but I think I'm just gonna hold off. It's not like they can do anything, right? DMVs
Sure.
are closed.
True. I heard they're didn't you say that?
What?
Somebody said that right now with everything going on because all the
I didn't see
pandemic stuff, that you don't have to get the sticker right now. They're giving you like a free pass on it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off as long as I can.
Are you?
Nah, I'll probably get it done too. Yeah. Interesting.
What else can I update you guys? Yeah, so if you guys are tuning in just now, I know the phone or the camera was cutting out for a while, but here's a good question. David said the SRT10 Ram. I know you aren't planning on doing anything crazy with it because of rare commemorative edition, but will it get boosters, some performance mods? Honestly, if I come across a supercharger kit for the Ram SRT10, I would consider it if there's like a good deal that comes up on one. But like honestly, with everything going on and me not really having a whole lot of money coming in, I don't know if I'm gonna, you know, I don't want to call it foolishly, but just overspend. I think I'd rather spend on the S2000 on a cheaper supercharger kit. If I can get the S2000 kit for like $3,000 or under, I'll probably do that. Because it'd be super expensive to supercharge the Ram SRT10 and then, you know, beat on that thing. I don't know if I want to beat on that in that way. The Dakota, somebody else asked me this I think last weekend. The Dakota, I don't mind going full send, full race, and doing different stuff to that thing because it's a salvage title truck. It's got like almost 170,000 miles on it, so I don't mind messing with the Dakota. But the Ram, I'm just trying to keep it clean and just do some small mods to it because I don't really want to devalue the truck. It's a clean title truck with low miles, limited edition. Yeah, so I don't mind doing some reversible stuff. I do actually want to get an exhaust on it soon, so I want to get it sounding like a Viper. Right now it sounds like a Prius, so we'll get that done soon too. It's so quiet. I can't believe how quiet that thing is for a Viper.
Yeah.
Like it's way more quiet than an actual Viper car. Whatever mufflers they put on it, like that thing is so quiet. Remember what was running the other day?
Yeah, it didn't sound like anything was on.
John was recording his own video for his own channel while the truck was running
Yeah.
right next to it. His audio is perfect. That should tell you something right there.
Yep.
Stock SRT 4s are worth something. Built ones are just about. Yeah, I had an SRT 4. I think I told you guys when I was around 18. So I had my fun with that. It was a really fun car, but I don't know if I'd want one again, honestly. I had my fun with those in my teens. What else? I'm gonna try and do some giveaways too, you guys. I talked to HP Tuners. They want to do a giveaway. I just gotta put it together. So I'll try to get that for you guys. What else? Big build on the Viper coming. If you guys are tuning in just recently, at the beginning of this live, I told you guys the S2000 should be getting wrapped this week, hopefully, if all goes planned. I gotta do some body work to it this weekend. Bushing for the Dakota should show up or it's supposed to show up Monday, but I'm hoping it shows up tomorrow so I can finally get that back on the road. The tire, I ordered one tire for the Viper so that I could complete my set of 4. And then we'll probably I want to roast the tires off the Viper.
Yeah.
That way, rather than just taking them off, we'll do something fun with it.
Yep.
Maybe I'll talk to Ben's. You know where we probably do that is Ben's shop.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah. Probably do it for like Joseph in the shop, just like film it. That'd be cool.
Or just do it like in Beaumont where Chris's shop used to be. It's empty over there. There's nobody over there.
We'll figure it out. So yeah, I want to roast the tires off the thing, and then we'll put all 4 wheels, I think, in the back of the Dakota. And I also want to test out the Dakota with new suspension. I'm pretty excited to see how she rides. And then I'll go over to Rockstar Garage, get all 4 tires changed, and I'll document that with you guys and take you guys along for the ride. We also have to fix a transmission leak on the Dakota.
It's still leaking.
All the stuff showed up. It's all right
true.
there.
True.
I also want to get the exhaust reworked on the Dakota. Like, we got a lot of stuff. And then the cam. The cam's going to show up for the Dakota. And then if we want to supercharge the Dakota again, there's just so much.
Are you putting
going
the cam in the engine that's in it now? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to do it with that engine and just run it for a bit.
So coolant flush again?
If you want to call it a flush. I wouldn't mind actually running it through because that engine looks
Oh,
really
you're
nasty
right.
inside.
You're right.
Remember
Yeah,
when we
it
took
was
off
all
the
rusted.
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean we can always reuse it, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's video, you guys. Let me just see if there's any questions pending. We're starving, so we're gonna eat here. Cheat, don't go in the same category.
True.
Alright guys, I think we're gonna wrap up this live stream. I'll try to make sure that it doesn't overheat on the next one. I'll have to come up with a different setup. Maybe I'll talk to Chris from Flyride since he's super fancy with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, another video again tomorrow. Hopefully that bushing shows up. We get the Viper. I keep saying Viper. Get the Dakota back together, and I'm gonna try to meet up with Suited Racer again this weekend.
Oh yeah.
We might do some filming. We might do old ACR compared to new ACR.
On Sunday or Saturday?
I don't know. I gotta double check with him. And then, as well too, you guys, the track day for May 15th apparently is still on. So I don't know if that's because isn't May 15th when the whole nonsense is supposed to be over?
May 1st, no?
I don't know. Do you guys?
Already right. May 15th.
May 15th
Yeah,
is when the whole thing,
Yeah.
right? So
Hopefully.
I think that's when it's supposed to be because I have a track day scheduled for May 15th and I checked and they said they're still gonna run it, so I'm gonna make sure I'm ready for that. And hopefully we can get back to some usual content. I mean, we'll still do all the garage stuff, but it'd be cool to actually get out and start playing with the stuff, right? Get the Dakota to the track, get the S2000 back to the track.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I'm working on selling. I just saw while I was talking to you guys, working on selling the Jetta so that we can get maybe a Chevy pickup, or I don't know, maybe something a little more fun that we can make content with.
Yeah.
So I want a fun daily, which might be the Dakota for a little bit, depending on how crazy we go with that thing. But
I'm in LS Ignition now, so.
no, you're not.
You can't let
You're
out.
full of it. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today. So thanks for watching. Hopefully everybody has a good night. It's a weekend. We'll see you on the next video.